Stakaya, I feel like overall this is really much a soul-searching film. This guy comes to terms with himself, his identity, with how he views himself, this overarching message that I got from it. It's really some great shots in it, really great character development. Obviously, we got to see the arc of this person. Just get a little bit of comeback and choreography through this stage choreography. I think overall this is very focused on the journey of our main characters, and he was definitely able to emote through his performance. We got a sense of his inner feelings, his uncertainty. We really got a sense of his arc from beginning to end.
Stakaya, I think I'm saying that right. I loved this. I thought this was so interesting. I liked the kind of like almost primal themes that they were playing on, at least in the very beginning, especially with him, with like, the wolf or the weasel, and like, he's already running by the time that he's experiencing this, and he's running through the woods. You kind of catch that from the phone call at the very, very, very beginning. Clearly he's done with something, and this kind of idea of like, are you going to spend your life running, or are you going to stand and fight? Are you the wolf or are you the weasel? I think is really interesting, and I loved how they kind of portrayed that entire forest sequence, and like what I took as like a crow, essentially, or a raven maybe even, kind of almost like playing devil's advocate, like chirping at him. And then you have, kind of his make or break moment where he's forced into a situation where he has to decide, like, are you going to fight, or are you going to just run away? And, that is obviously going to take a deeper meaning. And then he wakes up from this, dream, otherworldly experience. And, obviously that made a very big impact on him. And I thought it was a really great, like I said, I really liked the kind of primal themes, because it's more than just the situation that he's finding himself in that kind of dream state. It obviously extends deeper than that, of what kind of person do you want to be, and what kind of life do you want to live? Do you want to live the kind of life where you're always going to be looking over your shoulder, you're always going to be trying to run from something? Or do you want to take the risk and take a stand? And do you believe in yourself enough to believe that you can outfight whatever situation that you're in? And obviously that, those are the things that stuck with him. And I loved that it sets you up for something, bigger. I like that they kind of added these moments of this kind of like otherworldly, other dimension, demony spirit people, and that like there was more going on than what you could see. There was more beneath the surface. I loved that. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great jumping off point to introduce characters, to introduce conflict situations, to kind of get your players on the map before you kind of like really dive into a story, is what this felt like, and I loved it.
This was really cool. I thought it was just a fascinating premise. I really liked the idea, the sort of the mystery behind it. Even just the way the film sort of bookends itself with those two scenes that are very similar, but also very telling. It was really, yeah, just interesting sort of journey for this fellow through this sort of supernatural, very mysterious, kind of bizarre uh, experience. And yeah, I just really dug it. I feel like this could be definitely part of a larger format sort of film or series. A lot of great qualities, a lot of things to admire here, and I really enjoyed it.
In this film, Stakaya, a man grapples with his inner fears and demons. A woman confronts him in his mind and pesters him about strength and courage. He fights with a literal demon type, and he wins by assuring himself he isn't afraid and he isn't going to be weak in the face of danger. When we're back in reality, he confronts his bosses of a mafia, of some kind of illegal organization. He finds the courage to say he wants out, and he walks away despite them telling him he can't, and he actually wins. I think it was a really great short film, and the concept was really clear. I really liked that the dreamscape quality that they had found for a majority of the film. I think the message was great overall.